Okay. You guys want me to explain Arlecchino's kit? I know some of you are genuinely illiterate, but to be fair, they put in a mechanic into her kit that nobody has ever seen. No new player would ever know this mechanic existed if they have not been to Fontaine, like actually. Yeah, Bond of Life. Let me explain it where people that don't even play Genshin Impact can understand it. Okay, so it's like basically cursed energy. Think of it as cursed energy from Jujutsu Kaisen. Oh my god, Jujutsu Kaisen, cursed energy. Oh my god, Gojo Sato. Yes, but it's unironically, it's actually true to his name. It's actually cursed energy because when you have it, your character cannot heal. And the reason why nobody knows about it is because there's only 2 weapons in the game that can trigger it, and they're both found in Fontaine. Let me try to demonstrate. Let me demonstrate. This weapon is one of the 2 weapons in the game right now that can give this Bond of Life mechanic, okay? So if I use it, so if I use an elemental skill like this, right? You see this red bar over my HP? That is your cursed energy. You can see the symbol right here. You cannot heal. I don't think you can even heal using food. Okay, let me try using food. So right now it's covering about like 30% of my HP, okay? And if I use an apple only heals 300 HP. Let me see if it actually fixes it. Does it fix it? You see how it's still there? My HP right now is 18,706. I'm gonna use an apple. It's still 18,706. And that is because until this red bar goes away, your character cannot heal. Your HP will not go up no matter where the healing comes from. So you have to heal until your bar goes away, and then your HP will go up again. So if I use a better food like this one, if I use this food, right, like this, you can actually see that your red bar is decreasing. So if I use this, boom, my red bar decreased a lot, right? TLDR, if you use food, your cursed energy goes down. And as long as you have cursed energy, you cannot heal. So now that you know what cursed energy is, how does it relate to Arlecchino, okay? Just imagine this is gender-bent Arlecchino from a different universe. Same element, but different weapon and shorter, and a guy. If this red bar covers more than 30% of her HP, she gets Pyro Infusion. I think she is the only character in this game that is not a catalyst character that gains infusion through a mechanic like this rather than through using their elemental skill or elemental burst. Oh, Ayaka is the one that sprints, right? Yeah. Not a lot of characters do this, but as long as this red bar covers more than 30% of her HP, she has Pyro Infusion. So theoretically, it's an infinite duration. Theoretically, she has permanent Pyro Infusion, but that is if you don't do anything, because when you normal attack with her, this decreases by 5%. That's her main mechanic. Every single time she attacks, this red bar decreases by, right here it says 5.5%. So basically 5.5%. That's her main gimmick, is this Bond of Life mechanic. Or cursed energy, if you are familiar with Jujutsu Kaisen. But there's a trick to it. Okay? She doesn't work with healers, and I will get to that later. Okay, let me go through her skills first. So if this red bar covers 30% of your HP, when she uses E like this, it will heal 30% of her HP. Easy enough? Everyone get it? Everyone get it? When she press E and she has a red bar, she will heal the amount equivalent to this red bar. Make sense? Everyone listening so far? Everyone listening so far? Everyone still with me? So that's number 1. It has 2 effects. So this has another gimmick. Let me explain this in English. When she hits an enemy with her E, she will attach a puppy to them. This puppy will bite the enemy every 3 seconds. And after it bites them 3 times, the puppy will fall off and it will run away. You get a puppy? No, you don't get a puppy. But she can use a charge attack while the puppy is attached to them to get the puppy back. And when she gets her puppy back, 20% of her HP will be converted to this red bar. Anybody confused? Okay, it's metaphorically a puppy. If you need something to compare it to, visually, it's more like Hu Tao's E. Actually, it's exactly like Hu Tao's E, except it's every 3 seconds. Does that make more sense? She press E, applies Hu Tao's E effect on enemies. When she charge attack, she removes the debuff and gains 20% of her HP as cursed energy for every, we'll call it a mark, like for every mark she retrieves. So if I use E and I hit 4 enemies and then I charge attack like this and I hit all 4 enemies, 80% of my HP bar will be converted to cursed energy. And then if I press E again, it will use up all the 80% of that cursed energy and heal me for 80% of my HP. That's really it, honestly. That's really it, her kit. Her Q basically just gives you 15% of her HP as cursed energy. That's her Q. That's her Q. That's basically her entire kit. If cursed energy covers 30% of your HP, all your attacks will be literally fire. Her E takes away cursed energy and heals you. If it hits any enemies, it will also put a Hu Tao E mark on the enemies. And when you charge attack, for every mark that you retrieve, you will gain 20% of your max HP as as cursed energy, up to 80%. So her passives are pretty confusing as well if you don't know English. Killing the enemy with a mark will immediately give you 70% of your HP as cursed energy. Dude, this shit just keep making it like more complicated. Explain it in kindergartner terms. How the fuck are you supposed to explain this in the kindergartner terms? So imagine your teacher, right? Imagine your teacher gives you a cake, right? Imagine your teacher gives you a cake. If you slap your teacher, you will get 70% of your cake. Does that make sense? But if you flick the teacher, you will only get 20%. Does that make sense? If you slap the teacher, you will get 70%. But if you pinch them, pinching sounds cooler, right? If you slap the teacher, you will get 70% of the cake. If you pinch the teacher, you will only get 20%. But also, when they have the mark, this one's stupid. Every 3 seconds, an enemy has this mark, right? It increases in levels. So your teacher gives you this cake, right? Every 3 seconds, your portion becomes bigger. So it starts with 20% and then 25% and then 70%. If you wait 9 seconds, theoretically, you can get the same amount of cake as slapping your teacher. Does that make sense? Does that make more sense? The longer the debuff lasts before you retrieve it, the better it is. Everybody with me so far? Everybody, are you still listening? I feel like it's better to use Hu Tao. Okay, now that you know what the fuck this is, allow me to demonstrate. So let's say I'm Arlecchino. This is perfect actually, because you're like a pyro polearm as well. So this is basically it. Where the fuck are the... Okay, these ones, right? Okay. Press E and I hit my enemy, right? Like that, right? You see this mark? Imagine that's a mark being applied by Arlecchino. The longer this mark stays on the enemy before you charge attack, the more cursed energy you get back. Does that make sense? Now that I put on the visuals, if that does not make sense to you, you should probably go back to first grade. I'll do it again. So I'm Arlecchino and I hit an enemy with my E. Like this, right? And I leave a mark. The longer this mark stays on them before I charge attack again to retrieve that mark, the more cursed energy I will get. So you can get more energy either through applying the mark to more enemies like this before you charge attack again, or you can wait until the marks reach 9 seconds to retrieve it. So you guys might think she's really good, right? All you need to do is just slap on a healer and then heal her while she does that, so she will never really die, right? Arlecchino can only heal herself by using her E while in combat. While she is fighting enemies, the only way she can heal herself is through using her E. You cannot use healers to heal her. You might be able to use food in the overworld to do it. I am pretty sure this is impossible in Abyss. If you are using her in Abyss, the only way you can heal her is through herself. So this makes shields a lot more valuable in Abyss. If you're using Arlecchino in Abyss, shields makes it a lot more valuable. So she needs to be on field at all times. Actually, maybe. As long as she has cursed energy, you can use her. But once she runs out of cursed energy, then you can't really use her. But once she runs out of cursed... Oh, that's the issue, right? That's the issue too. Even if she doesn't have cursed energy, you cannot heal her. So basically, you cannot mess up your rotation. Yeah, shielder is infinitely more valuable than healers if you're using Arlecchino in a team. But chat, this frees up a spot. You can potentially run like 1 shielder and 2 sub DPSs. In a way, I think Arlecchino teams, if you are like actually playing Arlecchino at her peak, I am pretty sure it's the highest DPS team, like actually. Just because healing can only come from her. Actually, no. Chat, what about your other team members, realistically? Overload or Vape? I'm guessing you could use her with Chevreuse. Chevreuse works. It'll boost her damage. But the issue with Overload is not a big deal when it comes to bosses. The issue is when it comes to, like, normal enemies. When you have, like, a floor with a lot of, like, normal enemies, it just keeps knocking them away. Is there a time you can heal everyone? You can heal other members. It's just that she cannot be healed while you're in combat. Arlecchino cannot be healed while she's in combat unless it's from her E. But to use her E to heal her, you need cursed energy. So let's say you're like at like 30% HP and you have no cursed energy and you use her E. You better hit like multiple enemies, charge attack, and then press E again to heal her. Otherwise, there's no way for you to heal her. Here's my prediction to how people will react to her kit. Well, if you like the character for her visuals, doesn't matter, right? You'll pull for it anyways. And you'll use her probably not in an optimal way, but you like the character. It doesn't matter. You just play her for her, right? Lazy people. Okay, I'm pretty sure. Okay, so lazy people will definitely not play this character for sure. If you're a meta player and you're lazy, this is surely not the character you use. Let me give you an example. If Raiden National is your favorite team, you probably won't like this character. If Raiden National is your favorite team because of how easy it is, you probably will not like this character because you have like multiple resources to keep track, right? Okay, you have to keep track of your little bond of life, your cursed energy thing, and then you have to keep track of your Hu Tao mark that you place on enemies, and then you also have to keep track of your HP and like when to use your E and when not to use your E. TLDR, if you're Arlecchino enjoyer, you will play her no matter what. If you don't like complicated rotations, I mean, to be fair, there's probably like an optimal like rotation for you to do, but you have to keep track of the rotation, like maybe like 4 normal attacks and then like a charge attack and then like a burst, swap to like 2 or 3 characters, use her E again. There's probably rotations like that where like theory crafters sort of theory craft out like an optimal rotation for you, so you don't have to keep track of those stuff. But if you don't like doing that either, then this character is not for you.